welcome back to the workshop. Today we're going to be going into our skirt for the Dogma cosplay. Now I already have a regular tulle skirt, just a white tulle skirt that's puffy and would work. However, to make it a little more accurate, I found a mesh curtain in my closet a few days ago and thought that would be the absolute perfect thing to go over it. My initial plan was to fold it over, to create a seam around it, to add it into the skirt that I already have, but it's a curtain. It already has a little hole to just run ribbon through. So why put more work on myself? This is the curtain that I found, and it's kind of perfect. It's just a nice sheer soft overlay. What we're going to be doing is taking some ribbon, and I have some cream colored ribbon here. That will match nicely. It'll blend in. I'm pretty pale. It's almost skin tone. So what we're going to do first is measure how much we need of this ribbon around our waist. Now you want it long enough so that you can tie a bow once it's all around you. So I'm going to give this a little extra length. Just in case, you can always cut more off. Not a big deal. Safety pin. Giant safety pin. Unhook it. You're going to grab one end of the ribbon, and you want to go in and out of it a few times, because with satin ribbon, it could shred on you, and then you're going to be stuck with your ribbon halfway through your loop. We're going to be using the safety pin with the ribbon on it and sliding it into the curtain where the rods would go, okay? So you can bunch this up onto that safety pin and just pull it out. There we have it. Now that we have our skirt cut to size, we need to go around the bottom and add a lace. So we're going to take our measuring tape and measure it all out. This is a lot of material. I did not expect this much material. I don't know if I'm going to have enough lace to line the bottom of this. That is a ridiculous amount of material. What am I going to do? We'll figure it out. I really wanted to use this top lace because it would be so easy just to fold over and sew, but there's not even remotely enough of it. I'm not sure if I have enough of this lace either. My only other option is the ribbon, so I will measure the ribbon and the lace at the same time to see if we have enough of anything to work with. I don't want to get my hopes up yet, but guys, I think we might have enough of either of these. Fingers crossed. And we do. We have enough of both. Now we decide which one we want to use. The lace that we've chosen is so delicate that I'm not sure it's going to sew down very well to the mesh because the mesh is pretty wide open. So I think what I'm going to do is run a layer of the cream ribbon behind the mesh. So we run them together along the edge of the skirt. What I'm going to do is pin out as much as I can of this, and we'll see where it gets us. First, we need to sew both ends of the curtains together, the back and front. I'll do that. What we're going to be doing is pinning this cream ribbon to the back of the lace all around the bottom. Now, when I cut this, it was not perfectly even. So this is going to give us a roundabout straight line on this edge. Now that we're at the end, we're going to leave these extra ribbons so that as we sew around, I can overlap them to the original lace that I started with. Now that we're at the end of this project and we're just going to be connecting these laces, we can trim them off. Now that we have the lace and ribbons sewn all the way around the bottom, we're giving these cute skirt vibes. It ruffles itself. In the movie, Alanis wears like a bubble skirt type thing. So it actually is perfect no matter how much I attempted to flatten down the lace pieces so they were on the outside. It said no. It said it wanted to do this, which is great. It opens up. It's going to give a perfect overskirt. In the movie, Alanis' skirt had ribbon that spanned waist to bottom, and it looked like it had been sewn in and then scrunched at the bottom. I have exactly enough of this cream ribbon to do 4 of those. So we're going to put 2 in front and 2 in the back. Take this out so we can spread this evenly. 4 ribbons on a skirt should not be that difficult to measure, right? You just grab the back, run for the front. There you go. You've got 2, fold it in half, and that's where you put your ribbons. However, we do not want 1 down the front and 1 down the butt crack, okay? That's not the life we're living. So, what we're going to do is grab the back and the front, fold them. If we sewed them here, again, it would give us 1 in the front, 1 in the back, 1 on each side. So instead, we're going to lay it down right here. So now this is going to be our new points, ribbon points. All right. So there we go, folks. Let's mark these. I'm using a pink pen because I'm a heathen. Okay? That's why. I am a heathen and I've had a rough 2 days. Unfortunately, we lost one of our puppies yesterday. Our dear little old man. And that is very sad. But we must go on. There we go. And I infuse tomorrow my IVIG, which did me dirty last time, but you know, this time we've got everything under control. I have full faith. Full faith. We're going to mark here as well. Whoa. I almost did that very wrong. Whew. Since we want to make sure that our ribbons run straight, we also have to mark the bottoms. Whoop. Straight down here. And of course, I'm a heathen again, so pink pen. But I'm marking on the inside. No one's going to see it. Who cares? No one cares. How would they know? Now we have to run the ribbon. So what we want to make sure we do, of course, what do we do to all our edges? We burn them. Because we're not sloppy. Sometimes I'm very sloppy. Sometimes I'm very sloppy and I don't care. But we're going to burn these edges. I'm going to take a pen and I'm going to place this in the thickest part, which is where the hem of the curtain, which is we're using as our little belt loop, would be, because that's going to give us, obviously, the most stable position here. And we're going to run it to our mark down here. Cool, cool. And we're going to pin it at the bottom. Once we have pinned the top and bottom, we want to find that sweet spot to make sure that we've got a nice stitch in so that we can scrunch this. We want it to be approximately a third of the way down. Let's see how long we got. 18 inches. Okay, so beautiful. So right about 12 inches is where we will just pin the ribbon at our 12-inch point. All right. Next one. Give her a little go, little back, little go. All right. And you do not want to stretch your fabric, okay? Don't pull this. It will get wonky with the ribbon, okay? Because this is very, very stretchable. Ribbon is not. Let the machine work the cloth through itself, okay? I know that I'm not speeding this part up. I want you to see how slow this needs to go through. And you're done. Now we get to lace the skirt again. You guys remember how much fun this was, right? This is so much fun. Trim. Beep. Now you look for the spot that we already marked 6 inches up or 12 inches down. Okay. So you are just going to go in and out and in and out. Give it a quarter of an inch maybe between each little ruffle here. We're almost to the mark. Now, once we get to the mark, we're going to tie it off again. Okay, we've got to our pin. But this time, I'm going to go through the back and hold my needle this way because we want to tie it on the back, not the front. Now that we have the 6 inches that we had marked out originally, we want to scrunch this up to about, in my opinion, 3 inches. And all we're going to be doing is pulling. All right, now we just put a few little stitches in. And we're done. And it's scrunched. See, can you see that little scrunch? You can't even see it right now. You'll be able to see it once it's all done. So now we're going to do that to the other 3. Just one more and then we can be done. I think we can be like done. Except for the wig. Wig's gonna be easy. Why did I say that? To me, this is like a mic drop when you're done. That needle. And then you just wrap the extra thread around. Well, kids, it has cute little pieces. And I think that it's going to be wonderful, no matter how it turns out. Can't wait to see it all together on Friday night because our movie isn't until then. And I'm busy for the next few days. I have IVIG infusion tomorrow and the following day. The day after, I get to rest as much as possible. And then we have the movie that night. So, I'm really not even going to try this on until a few hours beforehand. So, fingers crossed, guys, that everything went exactly as planned. Like it always does, right? Thanks for coming along with me on this Dogma cosplay journey. Cue montage!